Hey up, chatter. Yeah, I'm back. At least temporarily. All right, where are we? I just logged in on test server. Look, Lion Claws. I don't think Lion Claws have been changed today. Lion Claws are the exact same as they were yesterday. This it? Yeah. Crit damage. Fist fighting as auto. Crit damage. Basically, it's garbage at the moment because they don't have enough crit chance. They're missing 5% crit chance, so this is garbage. The Lion Claws are broken at the moment. They have to re-add 5% crit chance on them, otherwise they're absolute garbage. They've ruined Lion Claws. I think they've forgotten about this, because right now Lion Claws will have 39% crit damage and 5% crit chance, which is not what you want. It's definitely not what you want. By the way, chatter, the reason why I've been off for a little while is, first of all, I want to take a little break after that previous week of streaming quite a lot. And then when I was ready to stream again, say Friday, just gone, I got sick, and I was sick the past few days. You can maybe still hear it a little bit in my voice. So actually my little streaming break was prolonged because of the illness, but you know, I'm getting better now, so I'll probably be streaming a little bit more. Also, turns out my mum wants to take my kids for a few days next week, so again, I'll have a few days with no kids, so that'll mean I'll be able to stream a bit more. Yeah, Lion Claws are like broken. Anyway, what I want to see. All right, so here it is. I have not seen this new tree. I've only just got back from work 5 minutes ago. Just logged in on the test server. I have not yet seen the Sulker Mass and Sanguine Claw. So here come my reactions to having not seen it before. Let's have a look at the Sanguine Claw first. Actually, no, let's have a look at Sulker Mass. Okay. So +1 fist fighting. This is what we had before. Now this option, previously we had just crit damage. No, this was the bestiary, right, for the ink garbage. So now we have 5% life leech for chain penance. All right, chain penance is like close to half our damage, so this is probably like a 2% life leech permanent. Excuse me, just had to do some sneezing. Alternatively, 5% of fist fighting as extra damage for auto attacks. So 5% of fist fighting. So I have like, yeah, whatever. I have like, you know, with gear on, I have. Let me equip some items. With gear on these days, I have like 140 fist or so. Hey, Passig. Hey. 5% of that is about 7. So 7 extra damage for my auto attacks. I guess that's it's like a mini aesthetic perk, I guess. Not too crazy. And then we have 4% critical extra damage. I don't know which one. Immediately, it's not obvious to me which one's better. Hello. You have a theory on the ink stuff. Yeah, go on, share it. Does it work with total skill or base? Oh, there's 5%. Of your fist. I imagine it's everything, but that's a good question, Matthews. I don't know. The way it's phrased makes me think it's total, including gear and loyalty and whatever, I would say. Can you show us the bows? Yeah, I guess we can have a look at the bow after. Yeah. Morning, Kusnier. Hi, Chris. Yeah, I'm okay. I was a bit sick the past few days, hence no streams, so I'm getting better though. They heard that you really wanted to try a library solo hunt, so they added library monsters to ink category and slapped on the weapons. It's possible. It's possible. Remove equipment and check. How that doesn't make sense. Like if you, how do I verify it? So this is extra damage for auto attacks. I would have to be testing auto attacks with and without the perk with gear and with no gear to see if it's multiplicative with the gear, right? It doesn't like come up as a stat anywhere, the value. I don't know. I think it's probably crit extra damage for very easy respawns and life leech for chain penance for hard respawns. I would say this would be my guess as to which of these is best. Anyway, then we have this Inkborn, 3% damage, whatever. If you hunt in library, then I guess that's good. Then we've got 2% mana leech, 6% crit damage. Probably 6% crit damage, right? 20% extra crit damage for chain penance versus 3.5 damage base damage for chain penance. I don't know. I guess crit. How to level up Rod on test server? You can go to the test server assistant and it sells you items that give you like 20 million experience. You can check on character info. No, like this bonus, 5% of your fist fight and has extra damage for auto attacks. You won't be able to check that anywhere. Hey Lewis, how am I feeling? I'm feeling a bit better. I'm better. Thank you. Can they level up their spike sword as well? Yes. Mages will be able to level up a spike sword. Yep. Do bonuses from weapon proficiency appear in the Cyclopedia offense stats to you? For me, they don't appear. I don't imagine so. The ones which will be like, you know, very strictly like crit damage, something like this, critical extra damage. I feel like this would appear in Cyclopedia, right? Because this is just like a very defined stat. But something like 20% critical extra damage for chain penance wouldn't appear. Jealous Jellyfish, thank you very much. Thank you for the prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm happy there's more stuff to choose from. Yeah, this looks way better and there's way more choice than there was before. What about this one? Number 5. 7.5% of your fist fighting as extra damage for your spells. Now this one's pretty good. 7.5%. This is more like 10 damage, right? Plus 10 damage on your spells on everything that it hits. This is good. All right, this is definitely good. Let's see what we comparing it to. Versus 1.5% crit chance for chain penance. Okay. Versus +1 attack. Okay, this one's very hard to evaluate. I don't know. Someone who knows more than me is going to have to run the numbers here. I imagine this one is like the most basic one, but plus 10 down. I think this one's probably this one. I imagine probably this one. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Who's the bobber now? Yes, you're the bobber. And yeah, I'm back. I'm not sure how often, how much I can stream over the next couple of days, but yeah, I should be back. +1 attack has to be better. I don't know. Is it? Does +1 attack increase your damage by 10 on everything? Spells deal majority of your damage, right? So this may as well be +10 to all damage. Is one attack more? I don't think so. I'm not sure. It's better now though. All right, then we have +10% extra crit and +20 mana on kill and +1% crit chance. Okay, so they've nerfed this a bit. Like this was like 20, right, before. So they've nerfed this one a bit, but then those before that are better. Okay, so I guess this would be like, this is probably my go-to tree now. You can check Lion Claws after Lion Claws. Yeah, we looked at Lion Claws. At the moment, they're broken in my opinion. They don't have enough crit chance. You know if low blow will work on weapon without critical imbuement or with the proficiency? Of course, I mean, low blow will work anyway. Now everybody has built-in crit chance, right? Everybody by default now has 5% crit chance and 10% crit damage. So low blow will work regardless of the weapon, right? I'm sure it'll work. Yeah, of course it'll work. Yeah, everybody has like default crit chance now. So yeah, it's gonna work. Okay, so this is pretty good. Is this? Yeah. Okay, this is definitely better than what it was yesterday. Way more interesting. Okay, let's have a look at the Sanguine Coil. This is what I want. The Sanguine Claw. Sorry. Do you think this whole weapon mastery is a hit or miss? I think. I think I want to wait until the very end of the test server to really judge it. The initial version to me was definitely not sufficient to be like a corner piece of the update though. There was not enough choice, not enough interesting stuff. So, don't know. Right now it's looking better already on this Sanguine and Soul weapons. It's still not like super amazing, super fun or anything, but it's better. It's getting there. Well, we'll look at Lion Claws in a minute. Why is everyone so interested in Lion Claws? This is like the third person asking about Lion Claws. Lion Claws is like the only one that's broken at the moment because it doesn't have enough crit chance. Anyway, we'll look at it in a minute. Strike enhancement potions from drone will cost more, right? Because of the extra crit damage. Yes, generally everything that improves crit will be better after the update. This means low blow will be relatively a little bit more valuable. Savage blow will be relatively a little bit more valuable. Strike enhancements will be relatively more valuable. And that's it, right? Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else that affects crit in any way, is there? I think that's it. I think Lion Claw at the moment, you can't judge by the tree because in my opinion, okay, let's look at the Lion Claw tree. In my opinion, they forgot that it's only going to be 5% crit chance, right? I think they forgot that after the changes, this weapon does not have a powerful imbuement, so it's only going to have 5% crit chance by default, and they didn't add any extra crit chance in the tree, so it's broken. If they're not going to change this tree, then yeah, sell your Lion Claws. Nobody will ever use Lion Claws again. If they do change it, then there's no point really looking at it, thinking about it at the moment. Yeah, exactly. I think Lion Claws for now, just forget it. Just wait for change. I think it's broken at the moment, so it's not really relevant. Anyway, Sanguine Claws. Unfortunately, I don't have them to actually level them up. This is annoying. They really should give you those weapons on the test server so you could actually assign the stuff. Like, why can I not get a Sanguine Claw from the NPC? Right? This is such a inconsideration on their part, in my opinion. Can you get Sanguine Claws? I don't think so. Maybe you can. You're able to level it up somehow. Not unless you actually have the item. Do they have it? Sanguine. Yeah, see, they don't have it. Stupid. I can just look at the tree, but I can't actually upgrade it in any way and save it. Soul Crusher will become very good. You will imbue mana and life, and the perks will add some critical damage. Yeah, I guess. Although you will have a very weak crit damage, right? The default crit damage is 10%. So, not sure if it's going to be that good. Okay, how much? Well, let's have a look at the perks and the Soul Crusher then. If you think it's gonna be, I'm not convinced. So you've got Soul Crusher. How much? So you have a generic crit. Where are generic crits? So you've got some. You have 10% critical extra damage there and 1 crit chance. The thing is, even if you go for all your crit stuff here, you're gonna have like a 20% crit damage crit. So, you know, that's better than not having crit at all. But it's not going to be that good, I think. I still think you want to imbue crit in the Soul Crusher. I don't think you go mana vampirism in the Soul Crusher. Hey, Rich. Yes, Twitch is better for chat. Yes. Hello. %5 of Lion plus 5% of base. Yeah, but Lion doesn't have any in it. That's the problem. If you look at the Lion Claws, there's no base crit chance. So you would just have 5% crit chance. Unless it's on the weapon somehow, but it's not. It doesn't. It only has the 5% base. It doesn't have an imbue. What do you think about adding unique modifiers to weaponry, like increasing charm damage or charm trigger chance? Would make you forced to change the tree and being more dynamic. I'm all for adding more options. I don't think charm trigger rate is necessarily what I would be putting on the weapons. Charms are quite difficult to balance part of the game. Lucifer, yeah, okay. Lucifer, fair enough. Soul Crusher without imbue after the update will be better than Soul Crusher without the imbue before the update, without the crit before the update. Absolutely agreed. I just don't think it's still going to be good enough to skip the crit imbue, in my opinion. But yes, it will be better. Nishida's Sokoma's VOJ, Sanguine VOH. I haven't yet looked at the Sanguine Claw, and I can't actually assign it, which is annoying. But anyway, let's have a look. +1 fist. +5% of fist fight as extra damage for autos. Okay. 5 life leech for takedown. Is it? Oh, so I already see what you mean. So because this one has sweep and takedown, and the other one has chain penance, right? 3% crit chance for sweep and takedown. That is juicy. That is really good. 100% of your magic level has extra healing for your spells. How much do my spells heal at the moment? 2% crit chance. So you could have like 15% crit chance for sweep and takedown by default. Plus with like low blow, you'd have 23% crit chance for sweep and takedown. Insane. And then you could stick the extra crit damage here. Yeah, so if you go for crit chance here, go for crit damage here. Otherwise, you probably go for base damage. So yeah, so this one for Sanguine Claws, yeah, if you go, you're probably going to go pretty hard for sweep and takedown in here. So you're probably going to be going Virtue of Harmony. Dolkamas, I think not necessarily. I can see for the Sanguine Claw, absolutely, it seems to be stronger with Virtue of Harmony. For the Solkamas, I'm not sure that it necessarily matters that much. Yeah, there's a lot of chain penance stuff, but I'm not even sure I'm going to be going for the chain penance stuff other than the middle one here, which you have to choose chain penance stuff. It's still going to be good in Virtue of Harmony, I think, whichever one you choose, right? But yeah, of course, you use chain penance 3 times in Virtue of Justice, so technically you benefit from it a bit more. Yeah, Solkamas, you have more choices, I think, and the Sanguine Claw is a little bit less choices. Check Weapons of Destruction. They don't have any choice, right? I thought they're like all the same. Yeah, they all have like no choice, right? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, these have a bit more choice because they have like Earth, Fire versus runes. But yeah, all the other ones, it is. Look at this choice. Look at this customization that they provided with the trees. Like you can really make your weapon unique and stand out. What's the best current harmony to use after the nerfs? Currently, I'm using Harmony of, yeah, Virtue of Harmony myself. Can you respec these proficiency trees after you picked it once? Yes, absolutely. You can respec it for free. It's like the wheel. You can change it in Temple, I think, or in Protection Zone at least. So many choices, yeah. Oh my god. This just... over 400 weapons to choose and customize. Oh, so much choice, dude. Yeah, Rich, I'm just laughing at the choice, right? Yeah, I agree. Like the destruction weapon didn't get nerfed in any way, right? It's just as strong as it was before, except now it has an extra few bonuses, right? Which is fine. But it still looks silly. Why is this a tree? Why does this even need to be a tree, right? There's 0 options. It doesn't need to be a tree. It's just a bloody, it's a little stick, right? It's not a tree. Is it worth spending money on magic training for Monk? Yes, you definitely want to spend at least a little bit. You probably want at least 30 magic level to start with. I mean, I have like with items over 50 at this point. Phantasmal Axe and Falcon Battle Axe. Phantasmal Axe. Okay. Hit points. They're going to change those, I think. To the fence. What is this? I mean, you know what? This +1 attack and +1 attack is pretty good. It's going to mean it's going to have 56 attack in the end. It's actually going to be it's going to be pretty okay, I think, at the end of the day, right? Hit points on kill, like, it's not much choice. But it's actually going to be okay once you fully max it out. Falcon Battle Axe, oh god. +1 defense. Shielding as extra damage for autos. Front sweep. Bird. And crit chance for front sweep. Okay, this one is not so good. Not so good, I would say. To what type of damage plus what attack apply? Physical or elemental? The answer is like split equally. So if you have like a weapon like this, where you have 10 physical and 47 energy, +1 attack would be like, you know, 0.2 physical and 0.8 energy kind of thing, right? So you'd have like 10.2 physical, 47.8 energy sort of thing. It's like split more or less equally across the different elemental types. Gilded Eldritch weapons are actually stronger tree-wise than... I know! And actually significantly, like, finally gilded weapons are better than non-gilded. For the Moonspade and for the Monk, it's actually a big difference as well. 40% extra crit damage for auto attacks, which is massive for leeching, by the way, versus 20%. Like, twice the bonus. This one's, like, better as well. Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy that they like retroactively making this weapon better compared to the non-gilded part. I think that's kind of cool, but surprising. I have 2,000 unused charms on my new Monk character. Which will you recommend first to unlock? Low blow. Go for low blow. What is the blue bar next to the HP bar? Like, this is the proficiency of your weapon. So this is like the shortcut you can click to open weapon proficiency. Check Deep Link Fork. Yeah, I saw the Deep Link. I saw the Deep Link Fork stuff. The fishing. Where is it? Is it this one? Is it this one? Where is it? All right, no, hang on. Which one is it? Yeah, there we go. 10% of fishing is extra damage. Someone at Tips Off had a lot of fun doing this. Hello, Asta. Hello, hello. We missed you. Nah. Feeling a bit better now. I was a bit sick the past few days, so, you know. Small break. Low blow, yes, low blow. Low blow is the best charm at the moment. Hey, Magaru. The crit chance from imbuement and charms sum up. Yes. They add, yes. So 8% from low blow is just flat added. So if you had 10%, you get low blow, you have 18% on that monster. Percentage of skill is extra damage if 5% of sword is extra damage. For an EK of 100, sword will hit 5 additional hit points. Yes, basically. Basically exactly like that. It just adds flat damage on top of what else your spell would deal. Can you check Sanguine Hatchet if it's not a problem? Yeah, we can check a few things. And bows. Someone was like, got the bows in a second. Sanguine Hatchet. Alright, so you've got +1 axe. Then you've got 10% critical extra damage for auto attacks. So, okay. 5% of your axe fighting as extra damage for auto attacks. I imagine this is better than the crit damage, maybe. And 3% life leech. Then you have in the next part 2% mana leech, 10% crit damage for Fierce Berserk, and damage against bosses. You probably go for the crit damage for Fierce Berserk, right? 20% crit damage for Fierce Berserk, or 4% base damage. You probably go for crit scaling at this point. You probably go this one. Then you got 3% crit chance for Fierce Berserk. Woo! It's gonna be some big Exori grands. 10% of your axe fighting has extra damage for your spells. 1 attack. 10% crit damage. Very good. 500% of your magic level is extra healing for your spells. So if you have like magic level, what, 14? It's like +70, right? +70 healing every time you cast a spell. Pretty huge. That's, you know, assuming you heal every second. That's around 4,000 extra health per minute. Or about, you know, 240 240,000 healing per hour, which is a lot. Like that is actually a lot. Versus 10% extra crit damage. I think for hard respawns, you probably go for the healing. Oh, hello, server dead. Server dead, I think. Will the claws at 300 all share a skill bar, or will you have to farm or upgrade them to rending? Yes, so Inferno claws will all, it's a different tree for every single weapon. So yeah, if you start with the default version and then upgrade to like rending, you'll have a new tree. So yeah, you probably wanna wait. All right, the test server's down, I guess. We go on Real Tibia for a little bit. Mind showing Sanguine Rod? I wouldn't mind, except I think the test server just died, so unlucky. Let's give it 1 minute. I'm gonna get a quick drink, and if it's not back in like 1 minute, we'll go in Real Tibia. With the recent nerf, is it still possible to do zero supply hunts? Yeah, I do zero supply hunts all the time. Still possible. I've done it at Bashmu. Just this week, I've done it at Bashmu, Winter Court, Summer Court, Terror Sleeps, Deathlings. I was able to do 5 zero supply hunts at those 5 places with no problems. So yeah, still possible. What they changed for Soul and Sanguine weapons, and you can have a summary. They've just added a lot more solid options. Like, it's still more or less the same power level, I think, as before, just with a little bit more option. So yeah, good stuff. Hey, Animens. Sanguine bow, is there a big difference between tier 1 and tier 2? What you mean? You mean Forge upgrade? Don't bother with tier 1 personally. I think it's better to get tier 2 or tier 3 at least. Otherwise, don't bother. Lion Claws or Rending Claws? Rending Claws definitely looking better at the moment, especially if they don't fix the Lion Claws tree. Problem is Monk is strong solo hunt, but team hunt kind of sucks. Yep. That's why they need to fix team hunting and late game scaling. But yes, solo hunting Monk is like insane. Be right back. All right, it looks like test server's down for good. All right, I unfortunately only have like another 45 minutes that I can play. So let's just go on Real Tibia. One last try. No, it's still down. All right. Switch to the, oh, there's a patch. And there was a patch apparently. Let me reload the patch real quick. Still down, whatever. Let's switch to Real Tibia and see if we can go hunting somewhere for half an hour or so. Sanguine Bow T2 worth? I don't know. I don't know prices. Believe it or not, I don't have the price of every best in slot item tiered in my head. I don't know. Will you be doing a spell rotation guide for mages? I don't think there is such a thing as a spell rotation for mages. Is there? Like, you throw runes and you throw waves when you can, if the position of the monsters is appropriate, right? I don't think there's much, that much theory to it. I don't know. I haven't played enough mages. Maybe there is some extra thing to consider, but I don't know. Anyway, this is my monk at the moment. I haven't streamed in like 9 days, so here it is. I'm level 509 at the moment. Got my sanguine trousers equipped, finally. I need 5 more levels for my greater gem, I believe, which I actually still need to upgrade. I need to sell some stuff for it. Here it is. Here we go. 5 more levels for my greater gem to be working. And 30 more levels for tier 2 ascetic wheel, but still a little while. There is a spell rotation with priority system for mages, and you'll make a rotation of that. Okay. Well, I'm not familiar enough with it to make a guide. When I play a lot more mages, maybe I can make something on that, but not at the moment. Have you ever tried playing monk in different stances? For example, defense stance. Does that make any sense? It makes sense only when you're hunting stuff that's immune to your basic attacks. So when you're hunting, for example, Buried Cathedral, or Burst of Spectres, or... Oh, looks like Renegade Quara raid just finished. Never mind. So if you're hunting like... yeah, like Burst of Spectres or something, then you should be in full defense mode, because your autos don't deal any damage to them anyway. I don't know what we're going to do now. Let me just quickly see what's available. See if Falcons are available. I wouldn't mind going Falcons. I went Falcons this morning, which was pretty good. Falcon, Eagle. Nope, it's taken. Upper Roche. Upper Roche is free for 25 minutes. Quick Upper Roche. Maybe. Can we sneak into Upper Roche? Where else? What about Cobras? Cobra Bastion. Maybe we can go Cobras. Cobra Basement. Yeah, let's go Cobras. Let me just book it real quick. 40 minutes or so. Which greater gem did you get? I got a pretty juicy greater gem. This one. HP and fire resistance in the lower, lesser one. Earth resistance and energy resistance in the middle. And augmented sweeping takedown base damage. Pog. This is the only gem I opened and it's fucking incredible. Flat hit points, triple elemental resistance. And base damage to the best ability in the game. Test server down, it just died. We were just on test server a minute ago, but it's dead. How many KKs have you used to buy all that monk gear? I don't know, but actually a lot less than it's worth now. It's like doubled in price since I bought it, so I'm happy. Does your stance not affect spell damage? No. Your stance only affects your basic melee attacks. Which is why mages are always in defensive stance, if you think about it. If it affected spell damage, then mages wouldn't be in defensive stance, because then the waves would be weaker. No, the defense only affects like your basic attacks. All right. I love when somebody's hunting Bastion so that I can just go basement and not worry about not have to worry about the flask thingy. All right. Road to Sanguine Claws. I suppose you could say that. Yeah, Road to Sanguine Claws. I mean, now that I actually didn't play very much the past week or so because I was a little bit burnt out. But now that Bewitched event is up and double after that, yeah, I'm planning to definitely be at the very least burning the stamina for the next 10 days or so. So I guess we'll hit like level 550 or so by the end of the double in 2 weeks. That's the goal, more or less. 540, 550, something like that. So that'll be pretty close already, right? To the Sanguine Claws. Yeah, Bewitched. Pretty nice. Pretty nice event. And it always succeeds on Nevia, which is nice as well. All right. Do you feel the loss or lack of gaining power with more levels? Yeah, I guess you could say so. Like, I went to try Falcons today for the first time in like 100 levels. And I didn't feel much stronger, but the problem is I don't know if that's not because there was a nerf, right? A big nerf a couple weeks ago. And then maybe that's why I didn't feel much of the power gain. This is test server? No, test server's down. Oh yeah, the test server went down a few minutes ago. So I just came to hunt and real Tibia. SC? What is SC, Burokus? I don't know what you mean. It should be twice a year, 6 months duration each. But at that point, it wouldn't be a big deal. It'd just be an extra 50% base EXP rate. At that point, it wouldn't be very, very fun. Not sure I quite share that sentiment, Rich. Maybe a pal is down. I doubt it. It's hosted on GitHub. Can somebody else check? Unless GitHub is down, maybe a pal shouldn't be down. Oh yes, I have Sanguine Claws. Yes, Burokos, I have Sanguine Claws. They're still on some Brazilian server. I'm trying to find somebody who wants to transfer something from there, so that we could split the cost. Because I don't really want to pay the full transfer cost, and you know I don't need them still for another month or so. But yes, I do have them. They're just not yet on my server until I transfer them. Okay, thanks guys. Do you only use Spirit or also Manas? Can't see the complete action bar. At the moment, I usually just use Spirit Potions because the profit you make on the Monk is just so insane everywhere that I've stopped caring about optimizing every single little piece of supply. So I just use Spirit Potions basically all the time. Don't have to use very many of them anyway, just because of the built-in sustain of the Monk. But yeah. If you really wanted to play optimally, then in some places you would still absolutely be using Manas though. What world name? It's Sobra, I think. Either USPs or no supplies at all. Yeah, basically. But that is that is my current behavior, I guess. I use either nothing or USPs. Although I did use a few great spirit potions today, but just because I was hunting falcons and I was running out of supplies, and they actually drop great spirit potions, so I instead of refilling, I just used up the great spirit potions that I looted from them. But that was a bit of an exception. Savage or low blow as first charm for monks? Low blow. Especially now that we gain so many crit charms, crit damage modifiers in the trees, or so it seems. That increases the value of low blow as well. Even a bit further, I think. No boost? No, I'm saving my double boost for this evening. I'm going to be going Nagas for 2 hours, 9 till 11 p.m. So I'm gonna do a double boost then. Getting a phone call. I'm gonna have to pick up a phone. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Hey, sorry, back. Triple boost? Come on. No triple boost, man. No triple boost. I cannot justify a 90 Tibia coin. And also, you know, relatively speaking, boosts are, you know, they don't give you anything else on Bewitched. Like, why would you be going for a triple boost on Bewitched? It doesn't provide any more value than outside of Bewitched events. So, no third boost. But team hunt Savage or Elementals rune, that team hunts or no team hunt, it doesn't matter. It's about the health of the creature. And generally speaking, crit charms, a lot of their value comes from the extra leech, which generally speaking is less useful during team hunt. But so I guess when you team hunt, and the value of the extra leech goes down a little bit, but the damage is purely dependent on the creature resistances and life. So it's not as, you know, can't answer that very easily. Cobra BO or Nagakata? I feel like Cobra BO is better with life leech. Yes, yeah, you're right. Cobra BO is better. But I would wait to see the changes to the trees, right? I bought Soulka Mask, but don't ask for price. What's the price? Tell me. It's like 600k at the moment, no? Something like that. Thank you, Sheriff Chattel. Kind as always. The S is back. Thanks, picture. Richie. To be honest, now that I'm hunting, I'll hunt for another 15-20 minutes anyway, and then maybe we'll hop back onto the test server for a minute. 7. Whoa. Okay. Thank you very much for the sub, Matt. Sorry that was slightly derailed there, but apparently this guy here, Jamri, has paid basically 800 KK for a Solkamas, which at the moment is what, 22 K Tibia coins? Something like that. Tibia coins are pretty cheap at the moment. You know what? It's getting so expensive. I'm almost thinking, like, should I sell my Solkamas? You know? Should I sell it and just use the Sanguine Claw when I get the level? Holy shit, that is like an insane price at that point. My god. Dude, you must be truly desperate. A little too much, yeah. I'd say a little too much, yeah. Rush for 600 and then sell Solkamas? Yeah, I think I'll consider it. Once I hit 600, you know, there's no reason why I can't just be hunting places where the Sanguine Claw is good for a few weeks / months. And I can always buy Solkamas when the price drops. Like, surely the Solkamas price will drop, right? Jesus. I'm not focusing, by the way, very much. Like, the experience is pretty bad. I can peak. I peaked at over 7 KK raw here the other day, admittedly with like 2 out of 3 Animus masteries, but still, like, this place is actually caps out pretty high, to be honest. This place is really nice, and I don't know if you guys can really tell very much, but it's very easy. Like, I am not focusing, like, with regards to like healing and stuff, and it's very easy. I like this place, to be honest. I like hunting here. I like hunting here more than I like hunting in Bastion, although Bastion definitely has better results. I do need to play a little bit more in Bastion. But, like, it's very easy with the walls in the basement to not have to worry about the Cobra Scouts. Whereas the Bastion is a little bit more open, so you need to kite the Cobra Scouts a little bit more effectively, which is a little bit annoying. It's not too bad, though. Did you get a Sanguine Claws? Yeah, I have Sanguine Claws. They're just waiting on a different server. Yeah, I'll think about it, Rich, to be honest. If the Sanguine Claws, if the Solkamas is still honestly around like 600 KK, by the time I reach 600, I will actually probably sell them, because it is insane. Cobra Bio sold for 95k. People are crazy, dude. 95kk for a Cobra item, bro. What? And that's actually another item I will be selling when I get Sanguine Claws, right? When I get Sanguine Claws, I will no longer need my Cobra weapon. So that'll be going as well. I hope that's 95kk when I sell it. You think it's worth to buy it, but not for 770kk? Look, Solkamas is the best weapon for the monk at the moment, right? It's even better than the Sanguine Claws, but like that is, it's up to you, right? If you have the money, then who cares, right? It's still ultimately not that much, you know, real life money if you really translate it. It's probably like, what, 300 euros or something? I mean, there are more expensive hobbies than that. So whatever, I guess. Now that I have the chance, why didn't you get Axe? You get a good energy weapon. Did you not like the tree on Falcon Battle Axe? I mean, the tree on the Falcon Battle Axe, it's so good. You don't need a new energy weapon. I thought that was the plan. Are the weapon perks permanent? Can you change them? Yeah, you can change them. Don't worry. You can easily change them, like the wheel. Honestly, I'm kind of considering maybe even selling my Cobra BO already. Because I think I'm going to have a little theory craft, you know. I'm going to have a think about all the places I'm going to hunt until level 600. And I think I'm probably not going to use my Cobra BO very much in that level range. So maybe, yeah, maybe I can just sell my Cobra BO already. And sell it for like 80kk or something. That could be a plan. If somebody would buy it, if someone would offer me 80kk for the Cobra BO at the moment, I'd probably be like, yeah, fucking take it. I'll just use my Soul Mass until 600. No, they will not add a better replacement for the Soul Mass. It's more about, like, the supply has to be gradually increasing, right? I don't know. It's strange to me that it's quite so expensive. Like, it's really, like, nobody hunting Soul War at the moment. I guess that's the key problem, right? That Soul War is just so garbage to hunt at the moment. I should do Soul War? Yeah, I mean, maybe. I think slightly higher level. Because if I go to do Soul War, I'm not going to do it as part of, like, a service team. I don't like that. If I go Soul War, I'll go with 5 people who need to do Soul War. Which means that the average level is going to be probably relatively low. So I'll probably need to be a bit higher than 500 to do that. I expect by the time I hit like 600 plus, I'll start like keeping an open mind about doing Soul War quest. I'll be looking if anybody's looking for a team and stuff. Will you ever do EK content again? Possibly, although the problem is that at the moment, that at least in my feeling, I would say the monk is just a superior EK for everything that I do. So kind of feels bad to play EK for me if I prefer monk in every single way and it's stronger in every single way, you know? So I don't know what would make me play EK in the near term. Long term, yeah, I'll probably play EK at some point again when I get bored of the monk or something, or the monk gets really nerfed. But at the moment, there's not much real reason to be playing the EK. If you don't already have an EK, which I don't actually have one at the moment. You consider Nagas to be easier than Deathlings? Yes, Nagas are Nagas. I think Nagas and Deathlings is a very similar difficulty level. I feel like Nagas might be a bit easier than Deathlings, like a little bit. Maybe. Bobby Kumpel! Thank you. Bobby Kumpel, that's starsza siostra Pietruchy, right? Thank you. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Starsza. We'll do half an hour hunt. I don't know if you guys can see my imbue tracker. I have 2 hours 13 minutes left on my armor, and because it's not yet the summer update, I want to save 2 hours on that. So when I go for my 2 hour hunt this evening, I actually can use up the whole 2 hours without having to reapply imbue. Won't be a problem after the summer update. I'll just be able to grab my scroll and then I can just hunt however long I want. But this means that, yeah, we'll hunt for another like 10-12 minutes and run down the imbue to 2 hours. And then maybe we'll check out the test server again, right? I think it's up again because it crashed. That's why we're hunting at the moment. So your opinion is, as a solo player, you prefer monk over knight? Yes. In my opinion, the only value of the knight at the moment is in team hunts compared to... I honestly do not know that the EK is better than the monk. I like almost anything when it comes to solo hunting. Like the monk is easier, it's more fun to play, it has better results. Like there's like 2 places that come to mind for me in which the EK is better. One of them is Summer Court, when the EK gets slightly better results, but you know, it's not even like that amazing anymore. Like I can get on my monk, I tried Summer Court the other day and I was doing 6kk raw. On my EK, I could do like 6.2, 6.3 maybe, right? So yeah, arguably Summer Court, if you love Summer Court, you think is the best respawn in the whole damn game, you love spending your life there, yeah, maybe EK is better for you, just so you can hunt there. The other spawn is like Sphinxes, right, with death damage. Again, if you love Sphinxes, you know, maybe EK is better for you. But generally speaking, the Monk is far better at like everything else than the EK when it comes to solo. If you've got a team, you want a team hunt, obviously you need an EK, and then that's fine. But for solo hunting, the Monk vastly superior in my opinion. What's your peak here? I peaked here at I peaked at 7kk raw here at one point with, you know, super focus. Maintainable like over an hour, I think around 6.6, 6.7, something like that. Not as good as Bastion, but much simpler and like just much more chill. Hey Bizung. Super focus mastery. Yes, indeed. No EXP boost, Kusnier. I'm saving my double EXP boost for this evening. I'll be going Nagas for 2 hours, which give more experience than here. So I'm saving my double boost for then. You know, I use two boosts a day, so. Yesterday I've seen a 570 Monk peaking 8.2kk raw here. Then he must have had damage praise. Because it's not possible without damage praise. And if you had damage praise, then it's not really a relevant result for comparison, because I don't use damage praise. Using ascetic? Yep, using ascetic. Few more levels for tier 2 ascetic. Can RP do the same here or just Monk? I don't think this is a very good paladin respawn. I think you'd be struggling with sustain. This is an EK or a Monk respawn, in my opinion. Are you going to tier Monk equipment? No. I do not tier equipment. It introduces too many complaints when I make videos. I get enough people accusing me of, you know, producing impossible to achieve results, etc., etc. So I stay away from tiering my equipment because I'll just give them more excuses and stuff. So no, I do not tier equipment. I have best in slot equipment, which in my opinion is fine because everybody, you know, eventually should aim to have best in slot equipment. But I stay away from tiers because I do agree that tiering weapons and stuff is kind of too expensive for vast majority of the player base, and it does indeed affect results in such a way that it's not really reliable for comparison. So yeah. It's possible to have 3 lesser gems for HP. Yeah, it's possible to have up to 4. It's unlikely you will have 4 lesser gems because by the time you can have 4 lesser gems, you're probably high enough level to be going for a greater gem. But yeah, theoretically, there was a time in some level range where I had 3 lesser gems active. Yeah. You get at least a potion for that score on Drome. I had 2 potions. I had a Wealth Duplex and a Bestiary Betterment in the 2 potions. So yeah, pretty good. I mean, that's the 2nd and 3rd best potion that you can get. So yeah, I was pretty happy. Is it better to buy lesser or regular gems? Lesser. Don't bother with regular gems. Basically never worth. Hi, Kusnier. What passive do you use from the Monk to hunt? I'm using Virtue of Harmony at the moment. I think in Cobra's basement, in this respawn, I actually don't think that Harmony is necessarily the best. Like, I usually have like not that many monsters on me. I think here, Justice versus Harmony is probably negligible. I think it's probably the same. I think in Bastion, Harmony is probably better because the density is higher. Congrats on the partner, Bizong. I don't know if you had that before. I don't remember seeing that on your name before. Maybe you did. Looks nice. Is 40 base magic level still the go-to? Yeah, I think 40 magic level is still pretty cheap to get and provides a lot of benefit. So yeah, I would still aim. If you're like a reasonably serious player with a reasonable level, then yeah, I would aim for at least 40 magic level. Any IPA today? No. Wife and the kids are back, so no IPA. I think today I'll wear a Pharaoh hat. Ooh. You must be really enjoying the monk if you're equipping Pharaoh hat on it. Big investment. Oh. 6.4 KK raw. Okay. So again, I'm streaming. I'm not focusing super hard, and I'm doing 6.4 here. So yeah, like I said, like I peaked here at 7 KK raw. So that's, I think, what basement more or less can achieve. It's just pretty damn good. Not as good as Bastion. Like Bastion is still going to be the go-to, and Bastion scales well into like 8 KK raw. But yeah. Still very nice here. Why is Pharaoh hat so popular? It doesn't give any stats. It's just, why are skins in any video game popular? Why do people pay like hundreds of dollars for a CSGO weapon skin? The same idea. Same idea, my friend. Never worth. Don't do anything, but, you know, flex, right? How else will you show off your wealth and commitment to the game? Yeah, exactly. It's fashion, right? It's basically fashion, yeah. It's just showing off. Nobody buys a, you know, a Louis Vuitton bag because of how reliable and big or whatever they are, right? They buy them to show off that they have a bag like that, basically. Thinking about opening some gems to try ascetic, but yep. That would be optimal. Like the revelation mastery for outburst, right? So you get tier 2 ascetic plus revelation to outburst. That's probably the optimal wheel, yeah. I mean, mine is pretty good as well. I have base damage on sweep and takedown. Oh, just peaked over 6.7 KK raw there, by the way. So yeah, like I say, good spot. Also 4 minutes until I have to take off my armor, so maybe we'll do a couple more pulls, and then we'll go and then log on to the test server. Let's maybe finish off this lap real quick, see how high we can peak, because it looks like we're peaking pretty high at the moment. At level 215, anything is going to feel bad compared to the Grim Reapers, so you're kind of screwed, to be honest. Swedish. If you don't hunt Grim Reapers, everything is going to feel bad. Unfortunate reality at the moment of having such a good spot. Let's see what we can peak at here after this box. 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. All right. Probably not going to crack 7kk raw, but yeah, it's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. Monk is stronger than Paladin solo-wise, only up to a point. Like, Paladin obviously is just an absolute beast at a higher level. The Monk is definitely better at this level still for solo play. But by the time you're looking at level 1000 plus and stuff, then no, the Monk, the Paladin is better. $6.83kk raw. Let's see. One more pull. One more pull, maybe two. And let's see. 6.865. All right, fuck it. One last pull. We're not going to crack 7kk roll, but we're pretty damn close, which I'm happy with. As an EK, is it better to have fire weapon or earth on Were Tigers? I think it doesn't matter. It's very, very close, so just go for the one that's actually better weapon. That's more comfortable to hunt with. So I think, yeah, damage-wise, it's very, very similar. I think like it depends on full moon or non-full moon. When it's full moon, go for the weapon that's better on the white Were Tiger, and when it's not full moon, go for the weapon that's better otherwise. I think that was like my logic last time I went there. All right, that's enough Cobras. We're gonna check the test server out in a second again. Just check the EK Soul Perks. What is an Inkborn? Yeah, it's a library mob and also the new monsters that came out of the books. It's a new category. Do you think at this level it's a lot harder to die even waving into a wall? Yes. Yes, even if I was waving into a wall, I would probably survive now, as opposed to 300 levels ago. I'm going away for vacation for 5 days on Saturday morning. Should I just hunt crazy tomorrow and let my stamina go down as low as possible? Yes, exactly. I mean, that is more efficient. I mean, if you're up to it, right? Don't burn yourself out, but yeah, that makes sense. There is some music in the background. Maybe you just can't hear it because it's a little bit too quiet. Sally. When did you start playing Tibia? 2002. I had a bunch of breaks in the middle, obviously, like everybody. I just have my music relatively quiet. I like people to be able to hear me. One of the things I hate the most when I go into someone's stream is when the music is so loud or that their microphone is so bad I can't understand them. If I can't clearly understand what the streamer is saying, I leave immediately. So I'm a little bit, you know, concerned about having my music too loud so people can't hear me. Yeah, exactly, Whiskas. If you can't hear the streamer, yeah, let's just leave, right? Your English is so good, man. I was shocked to learn your Polish. Did you live in the UK or something? Yes, I lived there for 13 years or so. My wife is British. My kids speak English primarily. I work in English, so yeah. My default language. Anyway, let's go on the test server for a few more minutes. Why this helmet and not demon helmet? I'm assuming you mean Coned Hat of Enlightenment that I just put on. And that's just because it's my non-imbue set. That was just like my garbage free item. It's really cheap. So that's just the items I use to like run around, you know? But anyway, like that item has like good damage bonuses to chain penance and stuff. So it's just a good item anyway. Demon Helmet is only good from level 8 to level 70, in my opinion. Kusnier, do you think EK gameplay will change drastically with new healing and crit damage on Razor? No, I don't think the gameplay will change at all. The results may change positively, but I don't think the gameplay itself changes. You're still going to be going... you're still going to be playing the exact same way, right? Okay, so let me just check the test server board real quick. See if anything's been published, mentioned. Hello Tibians, tomorrow you can expect revised proficiencies for Cobra, Lion, and Falcon sets. In the morning for the Knight and Paladin, and in the afternoon for Paladin, Sorcerer, Druid. So tomorrow morning we're going to get new Cobra, Lion, and Falcon weapon proficiencies. What's in your quiver slot? The blue thing? It's called Scarab Ocarina. It's 2% Earth Protection. And this is not the quiver slot. This is the trinket slot or belt slot. The quiver slot is the offhand. I'm hoping to not spam in 2 buttons for 3 hours. No, that will still be the case. You may need to spam a little bit less mana if you have more healing on in the tree. That means maybe your sustain will be a little easier, which means maybe you can use fewer potions. But, you know, it's maybe going to be 100 fewer potions an hour. It's not going to be half the amount of potions an hour. So, yeah, you're still going to be spamming the 2 buttons. I need to check out the new hunting grounds. I haven't been to the new hunting grounds yet. So there's 2 new hunting grounds, right? One is the difficulty of Were-Lion / Asura Palace, and the other one's like, is it Ingo? Like Ingo, right? They said.
Took your time to get here, tell me what you want. I know what you're thinking, are we really on? Tell me how it feels and baby, come on, come on.
Can you send here the link about the info who changes weapon tomorrow? Yeah? 1 sec. Here's the latest post about the info for what's going to happen over the next, well, tomorrow. All right, anything anybody wants to look up? Because I actually have to go in like 5-7 minutes or so. We can look at some proficiencies still. So we're gonna so tomorrow they're gonna change the lion one. So this is the big one to change, because the lion claws at the moment are just total garbage. The cobra one is okay, right? You've got the life leech, so you get a bonus of fist fighting as extra auto attacks, which is pretty good. 15%. That's, you know, that's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. And then you had like crit chance for flurry of blows, but obviously they're going to change that. The falcon one is really stupid because they forgot that they switched it from mana leech to life leech on the test server for the monk. They've given it mana leech for some bizarre reason, but you know, whatever. Hey, do you maybe have video on YouTube how gems work or what gems to use on the monk? I had a bit of a video, but generally you want HP gems like this one. It's like just flat hit points like this, and you just want to use those and like the lesser gems ideally. That's probably my recommendation. That's the general recommendation to start with. That's what you want to worry about on like low levels and stuff. I tried Secret Serpents, but it's so slowed down at only 1.5 kk raw. I think Secret Serpents is quite a complex respawn to optimize and get used to. Like you're doing a lot of like levitating up and down and going up and down stairs. So I can see why it's quite difficult to get used to. But that respawn's actually kind of okay. Like I think Seacrest is like a little sleeper respawn that still not many people go to and appreciate. But I actually think it's got a little nice niche spot for like level 200. I think it's okay. Yeah. On my monk, I'm using a T1 Zao legs. At what level should I switch for which legs? You should, honestly, you should be using Dwarven legs probably over the Zaoan legs. Those are a little bit better. Dwarven legs are a bit better. But honestly, you don't switch until level 300. Until you get the mutant hide trousers. This is the first leg that's actually better, in my opinion, than the Dwarven legs. You've got the Jade legs, which come at level 210. And they are better offensively because they give you +1 fist fighting and +1 magic level. And they give you a bit of mantra. But overall, like 3% physical protection from Dwarven legs is definitely better defensively. So yeah, my recommendation honestly is just use Dwarven legs until level 300 and then you get the mutant hide trousers. If you get the legs, they're impossible to find. That is another problem. I sold my pair in the end. I sold my mutant hide trousers like the other day for 105 kk. I sold mine for 105 kk. By the way, I just got a text from my wife that she's like on the way back and will be here in like 2 or 3 minutes. So wasn't the longest stream today, I know, and I'm sorry I haven't been around very much. I needed a little break. I was burning out a little bit like a couple of weeks ago. And then I got sick. So I was actually off for a few more days. But I'm planning to start, streaming a little bit more again. Maybe not every day, but at least sort of every other day. So you'll definitely see a little bit more from me in the coming days. But I do kind of need to go now. Are you using any keypad for hotkeys? No, I just use I have a gaming mouse with 12 buttons, and then I just have a really small keyboard. Like if you, let me unplug it. This is my keyboard. It's really small. It doesn't have F keys, doesn't have a numpad. It's literally just like a really small, compact keyboard. So yeah, it's called a Drop Alt. If anybody wants to look into it, I can definitely recommend it. I really enjoy this keyboard. It's called Drop Alt. It's not the cheapest, obviously. Yeah. Better to wait for level 400 and 500 to buy Mutant and Demon Mango? Yeah, maybe. They are very expensive at the moment. There is going to be a good Demon Mango alternative from this update, though. It's going to be a 2% physical helmet at level 230. So that's going to be an alternative to Demon Mango, at least. The mouse I use is the Corsa Scimitar. Yeah. Corsa Scimitar. That's my mouse. Anyway, let's give somebody a quick raid before my wife gets here and tells me off. Who's streaming? Let's have a look. Mazarin is streaming. Adold is streaming. Maybe we'll go for Adold. What's Mazarin doing? Tibia RP game. Oh, he's just doing some testing on his low level. Okay. And Adold, what's Adold doing? Is Adold on the test server? Don't you hate IQ? No, I don't think. I like the piece of software. I don't know. It's not a big deal to me. I don't know. I enjoyed. Anyway, yeah, let's maybe go to adult. I haven't seen adult stream in a little while, so let's go and rate adults. Yeah. Thanks everybody for being here. As always, again, sorry I haven't streamed very much recently. Been sick and stuff, but I'll try to stream a bit more soon. Magic level effects, passive healing leech. So the Jade legs. I don't know. I don't think so. I think Jade legs are still better defensively. Anyway, let's rate adult. Thank you everybody for being here as always. See you next time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Bye bye.